Okay, y'all, hey. No, this is not a cooking channel. This is me talking about life. This is what I ran into today at work. Nothing serious. My job, as far as my job goes, fucking love it. Love my job. Had the best time. Went in just shy of 3 o'clock in the morning. I messaged my dispatch. I said I apologize, but I didn't know. Well, actually, let me start with yesterday. I thought yesterday was Friday. And I very calmly and professionally. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's tired. My hair is tired. My hair is as tired as me. Okay, so we're cooking pierogies. Yesterday, I got off work at 4:45, not knowing that he had sent out the times somewhere around, I don't know, 3 o'clock, telling me that I needed to be in at 2:30 in the morning. So I was thinking yesterday was Friday. So I go up to a dude that my buddy at work, right? He's kind of, we're not poor buddy, but he's someone I can fucking talk to, right? He's like the only person I fucking talk to. In any respects to job and, whatnot. Not personal stuff, just shit. Office politics. Anyway, so I says to him, I'm like, is this A week or B week? And he's like, I think it's B week. And I was like, I think it's B week too. Why am I coming in at 2:30 in the morning? And he looks at me, he's like, yeah, I was wondering the same thing about that. And then I call up. I better turn this down because I ain't ready to fucking cook this shit yet. I gotta slice my onions and everything. So I'm like, fuck, why is he coming in? He didn't even ask me. He usually asks me on my day off, right? Which, that's another topic altogether. We're gonna get there. Anyway, yeah, and I'm 2 beers deep. Anyway, so I call him and say, is this A week or B week? He's like, it's B week, I think. And I'm like, okay, what? I said, now, I don't mind working with y'all on the weekends, but you gotta kind of tell me if you need me. If you really fucking need me, you call me and tell me you fucking need me. Like, I need you. Please. I really fucking need you. Right? We're trying to make up for shit, blah, 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 blah. Right? I said, but don't take advantage of it. Right? And he's like, let's back up a couple seconds. Tomorrow's Friday. And I sat there and I was like, oh my God, I digress. And I stand corrected. I'll see you. I did not know that we were coming in this time. I didn't know what was going on with the schedule. I said, I apologize, but I have been balls deep cleaning on my truck up until this point. Damn it, you guys clean on your trucks. I was like, they fucking destroyed us, sir. They destroyed us on that night pour the other night. It was so bad. And then the acid thing wasn't working. I tried to use it yesterday. He's like, I gotcha. He's like, yeah, I need you this morning. Job's got to be on the job at 4. I was like, well, I am not the only driver. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, do the best you can. I was like, I'm clocking out right now. I said, me and dude both been cleaning on our trucks. They were so nasty, dude. You don't even know. He's like, well, if you're cleaning on your truck after a 13-hour day, then I can pretty much bet that it really needed it. Because I'm the type of person, 12 hours, I'm done. I'm going home. So I did not know what was going on. So what I have done is I've sliced up onions. Break from the drama, my work drama. Anyway, so, and what I'm doing is I'm just kind of breaking them up. Yeah, my hands are going to be stinky. And I'm going to get these all separated, add some olive oil and some butter, and I'm going to cook them down until they are about the color of the skins that I just threw in the trash. That's the goal. And they do take about 20-30 minutes to do that, depending on the pan, and some people end up burning their shit because they get ADD. Yeah, I do. All the fucking time. Yeah, that's why I buy 2 bags of onions. I buy the little teeny onions, and I buy the great big onion. And yeah, if I'm feeling flaky. Yeah. Earlier today, those beers, actually, the 2 beers that I drank, they just woke me up enough to be able to cook dinner. So, holy mother of God, my eyes were crossing. I couldn't even think straight. I backed up from the job with the dude still using the fucking hose. This is normal. Why? My fault, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fucking tired right now. I'm retarded. Anywho, so earlier, here's office politics. This is the shit that is pissing me off. And I had to talk to a manager whom I have PR with. This guy is fantastic. He used to be a driver. Him and I competed for the same job. Actually, I didn't compete. I was just like, I ain't gonna bother. He can have it. You know, fucking take it. Enjoy. And the guy had said, yeah, you know, you qualify for that. Why don't you do it? I was like, I don't want to be up all fucking night. I like my sleep. And he said, wow. I said, that job that he is getting into, he is going to be up all fucking night. I don't do that. It about almost killed my sister. Basically created type 2 diabetes in her because she did that type of job. No, I'm good. I'll just stay driving the truck, right? Anyway, so after him and I had talked, he was like, wow, you do qualify for this. Yes, I do. Held a similar position in the military. I'm good. Hang on. I'm going to pause a second because you don't need to stare at my counter while I go get butter out of the refrigerator. Hang on. Alright, so I had to call him earlier, and he's pretty much the only manager outside of the HR. And I only talk to the HR when it comes to company shit. I don't talk to HR about my manager's idiotic nuances and behavior. So, I pick and choose the manager and who I address certain topics with. And I've got 3 of them. One of them does not like me at all. And that is because I proved him wrong. And I wasn't trying to prove him wrong. I was just trying to bring him up to speed on shit that was a problem at that time. And that he was oblivious to. He was green to this company. And it was an issue that was being ignored. So, I got my onions sliced. And now I'm going to take my chicken and I'm just going to do one breast. I've got a rotisserie chicken that I picked up yesterday while I was on my way home. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to get my beer for Friday night. And no, I have not been drinking that much. This is like, that's the most I've drank in like 3 weeks. 2 beers right now. It's not even 2, it's like 1.5. And we're gonna chop this. I don't know, do I want both? Yeah. No, I don't need both. I want some kind of meat in there. I love rotisserie chicken. Oh my god. I eat the whole fucking thing. Let's everybody. Anyway, right. Just sit down with a bird and just... Wait, hold on. Pause in a second. Alrighty. Yeah, I just had to wash my hands. They were greasy. It's fucking bugging me. Anyway, so I call this one manager, and it is in regards, not respects, because I don't respect this motherfucker. Not the guy I called, the other guy that I'm talking about. Even a little bit. And, it's like I've been wanting to address it for freaking months, but I don't want to be a whiny bitch. And so I called him and I said, listen, I'm not trying to be a whiny bitch. I'm just, this shit, it's gotten to the point where you're the only person I know that will fucking listen to me right now. He's like, okay, shoot. I was like, if I get one more fucking text message, mass text, asking me if I want to fucking work on a Saturday from that guy, I'm going to snap. That's part of my attitude right there. Second, let's add to this. My communication when it comes to my schedule is directly to my dispatch. I don't give a fuck about this dude. He keeps me informed of company business. Otherwise, I don't care if he even exists. He batches like shit. He's walking around like Mr. fucking Magoo. The last time he walked around like Mr. Magoo, he fucking slipped on ice on a 50-degree day. Someone explain this to me. I'm still trying to figure out how that fucking happened. Glitch in the Matrix? He started giggling. I could hear him giggling in the phone. I said, I'm at a job. I got a text, one text, from him, private message, at about 8:39 this morning. 8:39. 8:39 in the morning. I came in at 3. We have a 700-yard pour. Do you think I'm looking at my fucking text messages? He's like, absolutely not. I was like, no, I am on a video game on my second phone trying to stay awake. He's like, you got all your shit on silent. He goes, I do too. I said, I like my sleep. And I don't like being interrupted. And I don't like my sleep being interrupted. And it's not just him. My family, they get the same fucking treatment. You know what? Don't put me in a fucking mass text. Hold on. I will chew your ass. Anyway, there was a time and a place when shit was going on. We were doing a wedding, or I don't fucking know what was going on. Family decided they were going to link me into this mass text. I put all my mass texts on silent. I told my mom. I was like, she's like, did you see this, that, and the other thing? And he's like, yeah. She goes, well, they said you didn't respond. I said, I'm not going to respond. She said, why? Hey, you know, so-and-so did this and this. You know, you're not going to say congratulations? I was like, no. Because I don't fucking care. One. Secondly, it's in a mass text. So I have to hear everybody else go, congratulations. She's like, oh. I said, I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself to these retarded fucks, but I don't like mass texts. And when that mass text went out for work, my phone went on silent. If this son of a bitch wants to get hold of me, he can call me. If I'm watching a video, And I have a Bluetooth connected on my truck, my mixer. It's not to the radio, it's to this little device that I bought because I don't know what the hell's wrong with that radio, but I can't seem to figure out how to connect it directly. But if my old truck shows up, my phone automatically gets hijacked by it. So dude is listening to everything that I'm doing. It's fucking hysterical. He's like, what the fuck were you listening to? I was like, I don't know. Did it start feeding through your speakers? He started laughing. I was like, yeah. I had to remove it. I forgot that I even had it still connected as a paired device. But anyway, so I'm talking to this manager and he completely agreed. And he's like, I will address this. I said, you got, dude, fucking this dude I work with, he's such an asshole. That mass text, he will literally, like, mass text dumb shit. Like memes. Political, like, really offensive shit. I don't care. It offends me, but I don't care, because I think it's funny. He will post this crap on that mass text. Me and the other dude, he's like, you voted for Trump too, didn't you? I said, yeah. He goes, what do you think about that? I said, I started fucking laughing. He goes, you didn't find it offensive? I was like, not coming from that source. He started cracking up. He was like, that's wild. I was like, it's the point. It's a very passive-aggressive ghetto. So, not so many words. You're intruding in our lives. So, payback's a bitch. And I found it fucking hilarious. Yeah, the meme is kind of offensive. But it's funny that he did it. Just him doing that alone was funny to me. Anyway. So. Yeah, I might need to. Yeah, we're doing that other chicken, but that does not look like enough. Oh God, we're gonna have to pull the other boob off. Chicken tits! Yes. Here's the other half of my chicken. Here we go. Yeah, I ate the legs last night. Yeah, we had throw that in there. Anyway, so I'm talking to this manager about all this. And I said, you know what? You wanna call me directly and say, hey, you didn't miss my text, you were probably working, you know. I just want to know. I said, and I could say, you know what? I haven't really thought that much into it yet. I want to see how I feel when I get done with work today. Don't ask me at 8:30 in the morning when I just did a near 60-hour week. Right? Now, there's people in our company, they're hard up for money. They work every fucking weekend. We got people in other plants that have said, man, we've been begging to work. They won't work us. That's an interesting subject. Let's go there. Yeah. So, when I bring this to his attention, I said, I'm not bitching, you know, but the point is he's asked every fucking week. Every week. Even the weekends that I work. You want to work this weekend? Yes, because I'm scheduled. Kind of have to. The guy's fucking clueless. He also doesn't know boundaries. I said, I don't like my personal responses being dictated by somebody. You know, when the situation in itself doesn't warrant anybody's information. Nobody needs to know that I'm fucking working or not. You put it out on the mass one. Is that. I said, I'm getting tired of it. I don't like the mass text. If you got to put out information, like when we were getting uniforms, he didn't even have that shit right. Write a fucking memorandum. I am going to, come hell or high water, prove the ineptness of this manager. God willing, they will fire him, retire him, step him down, or graciously ask him to just please quit. I mean, I don't know what else to fucking do. But the situation as it stands is this individual is in charge of our region as a district manager, does not drive a mixer, never has. Flying by the seat of his pants by the momentum of those that he's in charge of. Now, the dude that I talk to on a regular, he has a lot more grace than me. Every morning when I show up, him and I are on a schedule about 15 minutes apart. I show up. He might be asleep in his car, or he might be up reading his Bible. I don't ask him about his Bible. I don't ask him about his faith. I don't go there with him. So this manager that I had talked to earlier, him and I are comrades via mixer operation. He has come out on a night pour to see what kind of cray-cray is going on. And he has drove a mixer. Yes. Yes, he has. Because that's what he was hired to do when he first got hired on with us. Before he took a management position. He had to take a leave of absence. His mom was sick with cancer and something, so he went back home, and he has a 18-wheeler, and you know, he contracts it. We have a guy that used to work with us, and he's like, it's not that I don't like company, it's just I don't like driving the mixer. He's like, I feel you. Here, grab my 18-wheeler for me. Take these loads. Run a tanker for me as an owner-operator. Using my truck, my DOTs, you know, that kind of thing. He's a super, super fucking cool guy. And I have uber fucking respect for him. If there was anybody that I could say that cares about the company, it's the guy that I talked to today. So he agreed that the mass texts are unnecessary. It's kind of like sidestepping around actually typing up a formal memorandum. And I think that's pretty fucking shallow. My dispatch, when I was running the desk, when my knee was broken, he had messaged me and said, I need you to print one, I need you to do one of these, and I need you to email it. I was like, what's going on? He goes, they are not to exit from the parking lot via this location. I said, no one's put that out? Because apparently they're not training the drivers. I said, I was trained. That was the first thing that I was taught when I started here. Do not exit from there. Do not enter there. You enter up by the mechanic shop. You exit by the mechanic shop. Mm-hmm. He's like, really? I said, yep. I said, they're not getting trained. I said, that's one of our biggest issues in the company is that these drivers are not getting trained right. Pissing me off badly. Because I have to deal with these drivers on the job. And I'm having to train them of the do's and the don'ts on the job. Where they should already know this shit. Anyway, let me drain these. You know, we can start frying them. Hold on. Okay, so I am making Mrs. T's pierogies. I'm slicing the onions and the chicken are cooking. They look like that. They ain't done yet. Chicken's already pre-cooked. I'm just sticking in it because I need more protein. Lots of butter. Need lots of butter. We are heating up the pan for the pierogies. Pierogies are draining in the colander. I do this brand. I love them. They got all sorts of options. My favorite option is boil them for about 3 minutes. Drain them. Let them drain real good. Get a pan. Melt butter. Toss them in there. And then, where's my tongs? I got 2 pair of tongs. I can't find the other pair. I'm like, I'm losing it. Like, where are they? Where are my other tongs? Okay, hold on. I gotta wash these. Okay, get those. Put them in a bowl. Alright, I'll be back. Hang on. Okay, yeah, we had to wash them. Anyway, my butter almost started burning. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, hooker. Alright. Melt a bunch of butter. Onions are still cooking. Because everything takes time. I like to get it all so it comes out at the same time. Grab these quick. Alright. Oh. Lazy. Now, Mrs. T's is cool. Always does a baker's dozen. Always. There's always 13 of them in there. Now, I typically, because I only eat once a day, I eat about, I don't know, 1,500 to 1,800 calories at once at the end of the day. Today, we're doing something a little bit different with my onions. Now, typically, pierogies, you fry them. You fry up the onions till they're browned. And then you put those on top of the pierogies. Now, pierogies are basically a potato ravioli. They're a Polish dish. I love them. The other day, I only did onions, sour cream. Today, we're going to do chicken, some sour cream, and find the paprika. Where's my paprika? Oh, you way up there. Are you way up there? Where are you? Where is my big... There you are. There he is. Oh, yeah. So, it's kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, it's called chicken paprikash. It's sour cream and paprika and garlic powder. We're going to do a paprikash type of additive to the pierogies, and we're going to mix it all up. But we got to get our pierogies browned up first. That's where the tongs come in, because you got to flip them. Now let me move this over just a teeny bit so you can still see me while I'm cooking. And so, talking to this manager today, I explained to him, I was like, I have a very good PR with Dispatch because I am one of the ones who've been here forever. And before all of these different changes took place, I have his cell phone number, if he needs me to work, he needs to ask me on a Wednesday. Do not ask me on a Friday. There's that. And in my smart ass response to my manager with regards to this texting, I was like, he needs to stop asking me if I want to work on Saturdays over this mass text. I said, it might seem petty to you, but it's not to me. And he's like, I see your point. I said, one, nobody knows, whether or not I fucking work on Saturdays, on my off Saturdays or not. I said, and the second fact is this. The next time he thinks about trying to ask me to come in on a Saturday, he needs to think whether or not he is going to loan me his wife and son to clean my house and take care of my yard. If the answer is fucking no, then that's my response. Unless I've already dictated with dispatch that I plan to work that Saturday because I need to do a swap out because I got something going on. He's like, fair enough. I said, if my dispatch called me and said, I need you this weekend, we've got this, and this, and it's on Wednesday. He calls me on a Wednesday and says, I know this is your off weekend, but I really need you to kind of help me out. If he called me and asked me on a fucking Wednesday, I guarantee my silly ass would probably say, yeah, I got you. I got you, boo. And there I'd be on Saturday, helping him out. But with this manager, who does not have a fucking clue what kind of schedule we have actually conducted all week long. He ain't even been there. I guess he's been broken, for whatever. Apparently slipped on ice on a 50-degree day. I'm trying to figure it out, too. You don't ask me. That's their workers' compensation shit, not mine. I'm just... I just work here. But I'm sick of the fucking mass text. Period. I don't want every fucking Friday going home and feeling guilty that I didn't work because this manager asked me if I wanted to. No, I don't fucking want to. And most weekends that I do work, I don't fucking want to. So don't ask me if I want to. Use proper verbiage and you might get a better response. Do I want to? Fuck no. Will I? Depends on what you got going on. My dispatch calls me and says, hey, I need you bad, girl. We got this contract and I need you. They are requesting you. These are your people. If I got a call like that, and I would have been like, okay, who is it? Who is it that we're working with here? So, anyway. So, yeah, I went to one more job after I had that conversation. And oh shush, burner cover squeaking at me. And got back and they went ahead and washed me out. But I had already talked to that manager while I was at my last load to that big pour this morning. And he's like, yeah, I feel you. I was like, he needs to stop. He's like, it's the micromanaging. I said, it's not even that, dude. It's like, I'm addressing my fucking boundaries. And you're violating them. Every time you send me a fucking text that's personal toward me directly over a forum. I don't care if it's a good job, girl. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And he was like, I agree. I see your point. So, here we are, having this conversation. Anywho, pierogies are fried up. My chicken and onions is fried up. I'm going to get a plate. I'm going to dump the pierogies on there. I'm going to dump the onions and the chicken on there. I'm going to dump a shit ton of sour cream all over it. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some paprika and a little bit of garlic powder. And that's fucking dinner. So, yeah, 35 minutes later. Here we are. So, I hope y'all have better management than I've got. This one guy that I talked to today, he's awesome. I love him to death. He really... I knew when that job opened up, because the guy that was in charge of it was stepping up into a different position. He's no longer with us. He quit. He was like, y'all fucked. Anyway, I love him though. I pour for him all the time. You know, they got... Yeah, he has a farm and cows, and those cows are like giant puppies that moo. It's cool. Anyway, totally cool guy. Always had my back. Took care of me. Good egg. Yeah, he no longer works with us. He didn't like the direction of the attitude when he was there, and he basically was like, nope, I'm gonna do something else. And he's amazing at concrete. Top notch. Best guy ever. So, hope y'all have a great weekend. This is like Freaky Friday. But, about to get me beer number 3. And fill up. And I might be zonked out here in the next 2 hours. God, I don't know. That might wake me up. Who knows? I may not finish this. I may be like, oh shit, now what? I've never done pierogies left over. I always eat them. Oh, now you know where my big fat ass came from, because I love these motherfuckers. Anyway, peace out, y'all.